Hi everyone, this is Maria Jareen from Efficient Manufacturing Magazine, and today we are here at Renishaw's booth in IMTEX 2017, in India's largest machine tool exhibition. And we have Mr. Brett Allard, Director of Sales and Marketing India. And we would like to have some conversation with Brett Allard to brief about the Renishaw's products and their highlights in IMTEX 2017. So, good morning, Mr. Brett Allard. Actually,
morning.
It's really great to have you here today. And to start with, can you brief us on your products and the Renishaw's business segment and the market presence in Indian market?
Of course,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes, so if I can introduce Renishaw. Renishaw effectively has three areas of business presence. The first and the founding part of this was our metrology business. So metrology being the art of measurement, particularly in the metal cutting field. So that is through from, we have something called the production process pyramid. So that enables things like this behind me, which is laser calibration of machine tools, all the way up to post-processing using CMM equipment. We'll give you a bit more of a brief on the product shortly. Secondly, we're moving into a new and exciting field of additive manufacturing, particularly in metals, so that's known as metal AM. This is a new technology, so it's effectively the reverse of subtractive traditional machining techniques, where we grow parts from powder by using what is effectively a high-precision laser welding process.
Yes.
Finally, we are also in the field of healthcare. This is also through application of our additive manufacturing technologies, but also we manufacture things such as surgical neurosurgery robots.
Okay. Talking about the products, what are the new launches this time at IMTEX, and what are the new features added in those products?
Okay, thank you. Good question.
Yeah.
So we brought 5 specific new products to IMTEX this year. The first of which is our Renishaw 500. This is our new metal additive manufacturing platform. So this moves on from our previous AM400 machines and is more orientated towards production. Therefore, closed loop powder recycling enables faster and more efficient production using these metal additive techniques. Secondly, we have what is behind me, so the XM60. This is our new and revolutionary laser calibration system. So this is capable of calibrating all 6 degrees of freedom within a single setup. So this is a big move on from the previous products where it took considerable time, so it's much more time efficient for the end user. Additionally, we have an exciting product in our CMM offer. So this is called RVP, which is the Revo Vision Probe. The RVP system is capable of visually measuring sheet metal holes down to a size of 50 microns. This adds more flexibility to our award-winning Revo system. Moving on to the machine tool. So within machine tool we have something called our Sprint contact scanning system. Sprint is effectively a 3-dimensional analog scanning probe which can scan points at up to 1,000 points per second and gives the ability to measure 3D form on a machine tool. So this is again a big leap forward. And the final product, but certainly not the least, is our new Vionic encoder. Our Vionic encoder fits towards the high end of our encoder range and is effectively an infill within our product range. We can give you more details on that later too.
Okay, that's really interesting actually. And there's always a demand from the customers for the productivity and quality improvement. So how Renishaw is meeting those requirements from the customer's point of view?
Okay, and again a good question. Well, Renishaw as a business is actually founded upon productivity and process improvement. I mentioned the productivity process pyramid, you can maybe see that later on. That effectively breaks down the production process into efficiency of machine tools. So is your machine capable of manufacturing to your required tolerances in the first instance, through to preparation of tooling. Are your tools fit for purpose? Is your machine tool fit for purpose? Is your workpiece aligned correctly? Through to on-machine measurement using machine tool probing. When I've cut, before I cut the entire piece, are my initial cuts correct? Because there's no point in continuing to make a piece that is scrapped early on in the process. And finally, through to our equator gauging systems and our CMM offer, which offer post-process verification. I think probably the best endorsement I can use here is the fact that Renishaw as a company are able to manufacture a large amount of our product in the UK cost effectively through the application of our own products. Probably gives an indication of how much value they can add.
And talking about IMTEX, how are you finding the response so far, and how the exhibition is helping Renishaw to market your products? in Indian market.
Okay, thank you. Well, certainly, as you can see, looking at our stand, I'm sure you'll get to tour it shortly. This is the largest IMTEX process we've had as a business, significantly larger than our previous attendances. Quite frankly, we've been astonished by the level of interest. It's gone up a level certainly from previous years. I think there is a real buzz generally in the industry in India around process control.
Okay.
Things are moving on. Global economies, global supply chains are demanding ever-increasing quality standards and conformity, hence an interest in Renishaw. Additionally, with the cost increases that are starting to happen in the Indian market, people want to be more efficient in manufacturing. So yes, I would say so far it's been an exceptionally good show. We're a few days in and let's hope that continues.
Yeah, thank you. That's really great. And can you give a brief us on some of your flagship products?
Of course. Yeah, I could spend a long time talking about our flagship products, looking around.
Can you give a brief us on your flagship products?
Okay, thank you. Yes, of course. I think, but better placed than I to do that will be our product managers. Our product managers have much more technical knowledge and application knowledge than myself. So if you don't mind, I'll hand over to them to take you on a tour of our product range.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hello, my name's Stephen Crownshaw from Renishaw. I am the Additive Manufacturing Sales Development Manager and we are exhibiting at IMTEX 2017 in India. What we're showing today and the rest of this week is the Renishaw 500M. It's the new machine from Renishaw. Technically it's additive metals processing, but we term it generically as metal 3D printing. What I would like to show you is the system. As you can see, it has a build chamber. What we're actually doing is 3D printing components in metal. So the technology is very new globally, so it's now being introduced into India because we see this as an emerging economy and a market that's growing. What we are saying to people is now you can think about how you redesign your components. So we're talking to a whole new industry, i.e. aerospace, medical, the buy-to-fly ratio, things like that is really growing. If I show you a component here, you will see that this component technically could be made up of 3 components. We have a very fine mesh, we have a body, we also have a way of feeding fuel that goes around a spiral and exits. To manufacture this component conventionally would not only be difficult, possibly impossible, but very time consuming. It would be a minimum of 3 operations. With metal 3D printing, because we slice this part into layers and we melt a layer of metal powder to grow the part, we're able to build these components as a one-piece part. So the mesh is made, the body is made, and the feed lines are all part of this produced part. This opens up a whole new market of designing for technologies. In aerospace, buy-to-fly is key, and if you can reduce the weight of the part, that's where the technology will really work. We're talking about materials now that are titaniums, Inconels, Hastelloys, aluminium, so we're really getting into key markets.